Well, in life, it's not about how you start, it's how you finish.
Only less than 2% of businesses that start today in Africa will grow into generational wealth. That's because most people misunderstand what generational wealth is. They think it starts with big money, foreign investors, or sudden breakthroughs. But across Africa, the families that quietly build wealth that lasts decades do the opposite.
Hello, my people. Africa have a huge problem in passing down generational wealth or maintaining it. Most of the time you see in Africa, you see rich family. It's a business owned by one man business. And sometimes when the owner of the business passes away, it might be it might be like it might have like children, or have brothers. Sometimes they own this business, a family. It belongs to the family. But the problem we see in Africa, especially where I come from, is that these people, when the owner of the business, even if he's doing extremely well, when the man dies or the woman dies, the business goes out of existence. And most of the time, we find it difficult, like what we see in the West. We see some businesses that have been there for more than 200 years or 300 years, still maintained through the family. Or sometimes they even sell the business and they still bear the name of the founder. But it's not applicable in Africa. We don't see this stuff like this in Africa often. No, not often. Like we don't even see it. Or you can say that it's too early to tell, because most of the African countries have not been like 100 years since they're independent. So you can say, oh, because these people, we have not been like 100 years, that's why it's not. But I'm just talking about the stuff I've seen and heard as well, because you see some people, the business is doing well and the man dies, and 2 3 years, and you ask about the business, they say, oh no, but the children couldn't manage that business. They couldn't manage it because I don't know, maybe they don't have capacity to manage it as the real owner did. As you can see in this picture I'm gonna show you, like show you the mentality of our people as well. Like you look at this picture that you're seeing now on the screen about this is a small house that somebody passed down to his children, and they're using fence they're dividing this land, and this is bad. They're fighting over a small stuff, just a small land you're fighting for. That's what we're talking about. You see this small house that this man this man left for his children, and they couldn't even maintain the house. They couldn't even have like a think bigger. They use fence to fence a small building like that. This is what we see. Imagine this is a business, and they try to divide this business like that. Do you think that business will be sustained? It's not gonna be sustained. It's gonna go away. It's gonna die. It's gonna go into extinct. And this is what we see. Africa, we have problem in maintaining generational wealth. Even not only even generational wealth, even maintaining government for a long time. Like most of Africa are living in a debt. Like African countries, most of them have like external debt. They are indebted. You only see like few Africans that are debt free. And these people, they didn't start with debt. They started in a clean sheet. But now all the stuff they do is borrowing money, and they're gonna pay in the future, and they're gonna pay with high prices, because because when the next generation is gonna be paying that money, it's gonna be too much on them. And sometimes, as people think, like the time is coming when some countries will not be able to be paying their debts, and the only thing they're gonna do is trade their land or stuff like that, for them to clear their debts. The same thing happens with this Africa, we find it very difficult to maintain generational wealth. Once the breadwinner or the owner of the company passes away, yeah, the business goes into, most of the time, goes into liquidation, and this liquidation is not like the West. The government will help in liquidation, but this time around, it's the family members that will help in that liquidation, or the children of this rich man, and it's gone. I don't know why it's like that. It's something that we're gonna work on. Peace.